You ever come back to your 3D printer and you open it up and you find this mess? And you're like, what went wrong? What were the settings? So this is obviously something gone wrong. Actually, there. I fixed it. Put some candy in it, use it as an Easter egg. Okay, so let me show you some settings. It's going to be about rafts, supports, and brims. If I looked at it, it needed support. So this one, I looked at it, it's a Stormtrooper egg cup. Holds an egg. And as you can see on the model, it looks like right here, it's going to need supports. And if I scroll down, you have the print settings. Rafts, yes. Supports, yes. So let me explain to you rafts. And the easiest way is to get a build plate. All right, so when the 3D printers first came out, you had to do what was called manual leveling. So I have to level the bed, and I'm exaggerating a little bit on how this is going to print, but it wasn't perfectly level. So in order to get it, if it was just off by a little bit, you're going to be printing. It's not going to have good contact here. Over here, it's going to have good contact for adherence. So what you did was you printed what's called a raft. I would put like maybe 4 or 5 layers, and by the time I get to the 5th layer, I now have a straight flat path that I can do the 3D print. So that was with manual bed leveling. So if I go back to this file that says I need rafts and supports, I want to see what year it was uploaded. So at the top left, this was uploaded in 2015. So the printers back in 2015, a lot of them had to have manual bed leveling. Nowadays you have what's called auto bed leveling, and most of the printers, the Elegoo's, the Bambus, they all have them. Basically, when you buy a 3D printer right now, you want to have 3D or auto bed leveling. And it's like, nowadays they all have it. If you're actually, it's like seeing a sign outside of a hotel that says free Wi-Fi. I expect free Wi-Fi. It's like buying a car that says it's got airbags. I expect airbags. Printers you buy today should have auto bed leveling so that you don't need to use the raft function. So I downloaded this model into my Bambu. Now I didn't touch anything. I don't have supports on. I don't have brim as auto. So it'll tell me if I need a brim, and I'll show you that as the next one. So I don't need the bed or the raft. Now I'm going to go ahead and slice the plate. Now I do not have supports turned on. I'm just going to hit slice. It's going to generate the code. Now if it comes back and gives me an error, this one says at the bottom right, it says slice, okay. Now as you can see, there are no supports. There's a couple, you see the blue overhangs, but it went through and determined it didn't need supports. Now if you get an error that says it detected overhangs, then you have to go back and you have to turn on your supports, enable supports. So I'm going to print this plate, and once it came out without supports, it came out really well. No supports, no raft, nothing. Just slice and go. Of course, now I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. I'm not going to put an egg in it. All right, so let's go on to a different model that I've been working on. And this one, now this model, before I slice it, I get this down on the bottom right, simplify model. And this is what happened to this one. This is why this failed, because I didn't simplify the model. It's got 1.5 million triangles to make this body up. And in case you're wondering, every little bit of this surface is a triangle. And the smaller the triangle, you're not even going to recognize that it's a triangle. Basically, with 1.5 million triangles, it just overwhelmed the G-code. The G-code is too fine of detail for the printer. So I'm going to hit simplify model. I'm going to go with, let's go with extra high. Hit apply. Give it a second here. All right, so now I'm down to 117,000 triangles. Hit apply. That's going to fix why this one didn't print. Now again, I'm not going to do brim is set to auto. If I go to others, I click brim type over here on the left under others. It's set to auto. Now auto, it says this controls the generation of the brim at outer and or inner side of models. Auto means the brim width is analyzed and calculated automatically. So I don't have to do anything. So I'm going to go ahead and slice the plate. Now if it comes back and gives me a warning that I need supports, then I'll go back and enable supports. All right, I said slice OK. And as you can see, it's got the brim on the bottom of it. Now if you want to see the detailed brim, if you come up here for line type, you can deselect all the line types except for the brim. And now we'll show you the brim. Turn the seams off. That's the brim. And basically the brim, you have to have a big enough surface to attach to the plate so it adheres. And that way if you have something real tall and skinny, it's not going to wobble off. So it automatically calculates the brims for that size, so you don't have to worry about brims. Leave it at auto. It'll determine whether it needs a brim or not. It didn't need the brim for this because it has a nice base to attach to, so it's not going to fall off. But there's something else I want to do with this. I'm not going to print it. Let's go back to prepare. There's something specific I want to do, but let's say I don't trust the machine. I want to go to supports, enable supports, slice the plate. So now I've sliced it. I've got support over here on the support tab. I've got enable support. I usually use the tree auto, but can anybody tell me what's wrong with this? How am I supposed to get this tree out of there? All that support in there. I can't get that out. It's going to be inside the egg, or it's going to take me hours to get it out. Now, I know it prints well without supports because I've actually printed one without supports, just the brim, so I know it works, but there's something specific I want to do. So this egg, I want to add something to it. I have these bells, and I'm going to put inside the egg. Now, with this thing shifting around and it printing and vibrating, I don't know if these bells are going to tip it over. So I want to put some supports on 3 sides to keep it from tipping, so that it can withstand a little bit of rattling in there. Now, when I printed this, there was actually very little rattling. It just up and down a little bit. But before I printed it, I wanted to put it in some supports. So let me show you how to paint supports here. So I'm going to go back to prepare. On my support tab over here on the left, I'm going to enable support. I'm going to do tree, but I'm going to do tree manual. Then up here on the top menu, you're going to see paint supports. I've got it just as a circle, and I'm just going to put a couple underneath it. Let's find some good spots here. Let's go right here. Now be careful when you do this. You see how it's going through the other side? If you accidentally click on it, it'll paint the other side. So there's one there. We'll do one here. And then one over here. We'll do it right here. All right, now we're going to slice the plate. So basically I'm creating a 3-prong to be able to hold this thing up. And so in this slice you can see I have it supported on 3 sides. So I'm more confident it's not going to wobble off when I put the bells on the inside. And those are painted supports. And you see it still has a brim at the bottom. So now how do I get the bells in? If I drag the slicer over here, I'm going to drag it down just above the supports. Right about there. Now, one thing to note when you do this, make sure that it clears whatever object you're putting in there. Make sure that the print head is above that level. Okay, so if you have like a 2-inch, make sure that whatever your cutoff level is will hold it, because otherwise the nozzle is going to hit the bell. If you're putting a bell in there or another object in there, it's going to hit it and just mess everything up. So make sure that it's above the level of what you're going to 3D print into it, or I'm sorry, put into it. And then I'm going to call that, I'm going to right click on this plus, and I'm going to put add pause. So this is how this is going to print. It's going to start at the bottom. It's going to start your 3 supports, your brim, and then there's the bottom of the egg. And as it prints up, It's going to start printing your supports. Connect the supports to the egg, and it's going to pause right here. Now on your printer, it's going to stop. It's going to maintain the temperature of the bed and everything, but at this point, you're going to take your bells, if that's what you're doing or whatever you're inserting, put them in there. Put little toys in there, rattles, anything you think would be cool to put in there. You can actually 3D print a bunny or a rabbit or a duck or something and put in there as well. So once you put that in there, it's going to pause. Simply hit play on your machine. It'll say pause on your printer, and you just hit play. When you hit play, it will continue printing up to the top of the egg. And then once it's done, pull it off. You pull the brim off, and now you have a cat toy. Probably too big for a cat toy, but more for example. So in the next video, go ahead and hit subscribe, because in the next video I'm going to do how do you insert magnets. Why would I want to insert magnet? If I'm doing a fridge magnet, if I'm doing something with a lid and I want the magnets to stick to be able to close it. You have NFC tags. These are actually pretty cool. Near field communications. It's an NTAG 215. You can get these off of Amazon. If you've ever seen where you hold your phone up to tap, you can actually store information on here. If you want it to go to a website, you want your contact information. I've got one of my advisors that has it. When I click on it, it calls my wife. I know. Kind of, all I have to do is say, hey, phone, call my wife. But, you know, I was just practicing with it. So you can do multiple functions with this, even control stuff in your house. So NFC tags, magnets, kind of already showed you how to insert bells. So in the next video, I'll show you how to insert magnets and NFC tags and other things. So happy printing, and let me know in the comments below what would you like me to see do with these different features that you can do with 3D printing.